Hello world of YouTube and welcome back to my channel everyone. It's your B Mitchie like Letcha here with another episode of It's Toys and Things, and today's video is going to focus on opening up, reviewing, unboxing, chatting, discussing all that good stuff about one of Monster High's newest Skullector dolls. They've been coming out with a lot of those lately, Scarah Screams. So let's just get to it. Alrighty everyone, so as forementioned, I have one of the newest Skullector dolls. This one came out maybe last month, but they've been coming out with a lot lately. So, yeah, but it's one of the newest ones. This is Scarah Screams. I picked her up from Mattel Creations. I believe that was, she might have been the only place to buy, maybe on Amazon too. I cannot remember where, if she was on multiple platforms to buy, but anyway, either which way, she's here, and I've had her for a while, and I've been meaning to film this video and put it out. I was hoping to get it out for St. Patrick's Day because of the green and the fact that this doll is the daughter of a banshee. A banshee is mostly an Irish folklore. However, there's other versions and other cultures, such as Scottish or Scotland has their own version of what a banshee is. So anyway, it's mostly Irish. So I was kind of hoping to have it by St. Patrick's Day, but you know, I'm a slacker, bad YouTuber, bad content creator. If you've been watching for a while, you know this. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you think good things of me. Yay. Anyway, so I just filmed me taking all the tissue off this doll. This doll had a lot. And you know, if you've been watching from my channel for a while, I call them tissue box dolls because they all come wrapped in tissue. So I just kind of did a reveal for a YouTube short and took the tissue off the doll. So that's already been done. Now, as you can see, a lot of plastic here, so it's going to be glare, so please forgive that with my lighting and everything. And it is night outside, so I do need as much lighting as possible. But yeah, let's just go ahead and take a look at this box, and then we'll do a tabletop review. So here she is in her beautiful glory. I know a lot of people were really happy with this doll. They were excited when they saw the promos. They thought she looked really good. I think she looks great. I mean, we're going to do a final judgment on that later after I get her out of the box. But yeah, I think she looks great. So let's just get a little close look at the box without that glare. So she does have this kind of like mystique type of design. It does this Scarah Screams at the bottom. And then we kind of have different motifs on, and it's kind of embossed too. I almost never say if I'm ever saying that word right. Embossed, embossed, I don't know. We'll just call it embossed, but you can feel it's kind of like 3D feeling. And it has screaming mouths and other symbols, which I'm sure are Ireland related. And the back of the box is actually super creepy. I really love that, and it's kind of like has this swirl, like she's kind of like drawing you in a little bit, because they're trying to, like, you know how you see in the cartoons when someone has some loud booming voice, that's what they're trying to emulate here. Your maker's mark, manufacturer's mark, all that good stuff. Same thing on the other side of the box. Box is pretty simple. It's not one of those fancy ones that was like really expensive that comes like the doll that I just put on my channel, which was the Skullector doll. She came in 2 boxes and sleeves and all that. It's a little bit more of a fancier version of their Skullector dolls. Now that's pretty much it for the box here. So what I'm going to do here is unbox the doll, and I'll do that off camera. And if you're new here, by the way, welcome by the way, I wanted to always give this disclaimer. And then I'll unbox the doll off camera, and then we'll do an aerial view of what I call tabletop review, so we can get a super close-up look of the doll, and I can get really detailed and show you everything that I can see and point out on the doll. That way you guys get a really good look at her. So yeah, pretty much that is what I'm gonna do. And yeah, sometimes I forget to always show the back of the background of the box before I unbox her. But yeah, just like to say, she looks like she's in woods, because mostly that's kind of like where the creature would be heard at, because these creatures will be heard rather than seen if you get into kind of the folklore of it. But yeah, all right, let me stop jabbing my jaws and get her unboxed, and then we'll do a tabletop review. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, everyone, we are back and we're ready for the tabletop review. So her unboxing experience was almost like Skullector one I just did. You have to be very, very careful, and you guys know I love to give you any advice on that or help, so that if you just now getting the doll, that you don't damage or hurt your own doll. So because she has this veil here, which is really nice, by the way, but we'll get into that in a second. She has the little tiny plastic hammers that you just really have to be careful when cutting. I don't suggest using chunky scissors. I always show these, or even like a thin razor blade. These are dull tipped and they're thin and can get into a small space. I got these from a beauty store. And then, of course, when you need your big old thick, you got to cut cardboard or something like that, it's always trusty, dusty gingerbread man scissors for me. And I even have some other smaller curved scissors that sometimes I could use, or I use my thin razor cutter. But for this one, I mostly used the black scissors that I just showed, because you don't want to rip up these delicate pieces, because it's not like some of these are always like the best quality, that, you know, they're very delicate, so just be careful. So yeah, other than that, when we get down to her shoes, I'll hopefully I don't forget when we get down to her shoes, but I'll let you know about her shoes when getting those out of the box as well. Alright, so here she is, again, out of the box. She's looking very beautiful, very spooky. One of the reasons why I got this doll is her eyes. I mean, I love spooky dolls. If you watch my channel or follow me on Instagram, I collect spooky dolls. Some of them are custom, handmade, like real spooky dolls. So I really love her eyes on this one. Just love the eyes. And not a fan of the green. Like, this isn't my green, but it looks good on her. And I love the outfit, even though this is mod based, right? So this outfit is your mod 60s, 70s outfit. That is like literally the worst type of clothing and generations of clothing and colors and style that I do not like. I do not like flower power. I do not like the bright colors. I don't like none of that. And I don't mind this embroidering and stuff, but yeah, for the most part, I am not a fan of mod clothing or mod style. That's just my own opinion, you know, we all have our own, but I just don't like the colors and all that. But for the most part, I like this doll. Well, I actually really like this doll when I purchased her. Yeah, I like the veil and the dress and just everything about it. Plus, you know, she's a banshee and I just like it, right? So alright, so again, if you're new here, what we're going to do is where I was going to go from head to feetsies. And so let's go ahead and check out her screening. Now, I got a good one. I don't have no problems with the screening here. Why is my lighting casting such a shadow today? Anyway, sorry about that. Also, it's nice and quiet in here. Besides my little background music that I like to play. But if you heard any noise and wrangling in the first part of this video, that was my washing machine. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you always know I got something going on. It's either the heater's turned on, the dishwasher, the washing machine, whatever. But I always like to apologize for the background noise if you heard it. Now it's nice and quiet. You can just hear my little music playing. But anyway, back to the doll. So I really like her eyes. They're not all flushed out white. As you can see, it's like a black smoke in the corners, and then flushes out to white. And I really like that. And I can't move her bangs that much because being that gelled. But she has a dark green eyeliner shadow, and then it kind of goes into like a lime green, pea green on the bottom lashes. And like I said, if you can see that, she has like a lime green line that goes above or on her eyelid. Other than that, it's like a whitish, greenish, pea green lips. Minimal on the makeup, so like she has blush or, you know, crazy makeup. Minimal, but it's effective, right? And so let's go to her hair now. I got a good one with bangs, thank God. Bangs look great. They're heavily gelled, but they look great. And the rest of her hair isn't long. It is short and it's thick. I did give it a brushing so she could look good on her little debut here. It's nice and thick and soft, doesn't feel cheapy. Again, you guys know I'm no hair expert, but I'm pretty sure it's not polypropylene, which is all the cheap stuff everyone complains about. Now she has earrings. These are gray. They have a symbol, probably the screaming face symbol, but it's kind of hard for me to see. You guys can see that. You know, plasticky, but cute. And now she has her headband, which I really like. This screaming face here. It's all screaming face slash skull. It's like a screaming skull, basically. Really like that. Super spooky. It's gray. She has the knots here in the style of like, kind of like the Celtic style, right? And then it is on her head with plastic hammers, which I'm not going to take off because I don't want to. And then, of course, let's go down to her dress. She does have a ribbon around her neck, which I wouldn't say is a necklace, just a ribbon. And then her dress itself here is nice. It's very nice quality. It's thick. It's nice. Dark green, emerald green, I guess you could call it. Fancy embroidering here with the skulls and the screaming mouth. Just kind of get you a second to actually think about what that is, but that's like a tongue and lips. And then, of course, we have more in this Celtic style. And at the bottom, it kind of looks like a mask. Eyes there, kind of like a masquerade mask right there at the bottom. And she has sleeves that are pretty nice. Not really thin feeling, like a fishnet, but not. And it has foiling throughout. So you can kind of metallic foiling. So it has a bit of a color or shine to it. She has no jewelry on her hands, which is fine by me because when they put rings on them, you'll never want to lose that. You'll never find it. Hands look great. Same color as her face. We're going to go down to her legs, which is kind of the same material that's on her sleeves here. Like, it's like not like a fishnet. It's metallic, shimmery, but not like fishnet. And then I'm going to go to her feetsies. And of course, let's look at the shoes. Now, the shoes are a dark green. And then what this is fog. Because banshees were mostly known for being in the woods, in the forest. So that's kind of her theme, right? Which is probably why she's all this green. But it's almost like she's walking on the fog or the fog of the forest. And she has these to keep this part on, but be careful when you get it out of the box because plastic hammers around look similar and you could almost cut the rubber band and you don't want to do that. So that's what she's kind of like walking on fog because the fog of the forest, right? They're really, really nice. They're very high. Almost, she could almost stand up on her own without her stand, which she does come with a stand, but if you positioned her, I was almost able to get her to stand on her own. Let's look at the back here. And it's just a Velcro. But like I said, this is pretty nice material for the dress. Velcroed up in the back. And then now, let's take a look at this fancy dancy veil that she has going on. So what she has, it is a very nice veil. It's not thin either. The lace is pretty nice. The detailing, which is, like I said, very woodsy. So it's like trees, limbs, branches. It even has some woodland creatures. Like there's one right there. It's probably a little chipmunk or a squirrel. Looks like, is that like a bird wing? Like I said, woodland creatures all throughout. And then I like the way it's split. So it's different, right? It's not just a whole thing. Then we have these ribbons, which I see. I don't know how that happened. Probably when I was getting her out of the box. Yeah, I don't know. Like, okay, that looks better. Thank you. Back in its original spot. That would bug me. It has to be even. Anyway, so 2 ribbons to tie the veil together in the back. I really, really like that. I really think it's pretty. What creature is that? Oh, that's a bird. It's kind of hard to tell with the lighting on the camera, but like I said, shows creatures all over here because, like I said, she's chilling in the forest, screaming and wailing because that's what they do. And they're mostly, some people might say this is like maybe a type of wedding dress because you think of the veil, you think of wedding. But banshees were known to be coming around more when people were in mourning. So this could be a type of funeral type dress, wearing a veil. You know, a lot of people wear veils at funerals, so it could be that type of deal rather than a wedding. Yeah, so, if you want to go ahead and dive into the history of banshees, I just know what I know off the top of my head. It's been a while since I've really looked into it. I like fantastical creatures, but, yeah, anyway, I haven't read any books with banshees yet. Not in a while, anyway. So, yeah, this feels really nice, by the way. I would definitely be careful about putting this thing next to anything that's going to snag, because that would be very bad to snag this. But that's it. Like I said, she doesn't come with any purses or anything like that. She's not a banshee wailing and mourning with carrying a purse in the forest. It's not happening, right? And it does come with a COA, and like I said, it does come with a stand. I didn't fully open that up yet, but she has that stand that curves, and like that butterfly, I call it like the butterfly waist clip, or put their legs around it. I don't know. I'm really about to, all these dolls I've been opening up lately, I'm about to actually put them on display once I clear out some other things that are on this table. I'm going to put all these ones that I've been opening up on display. But anyway, that is pretty much it for this doll. I know a lot of people weren't able to get her. Like, she seemed to be available pretty easily, maybe on the day that she dropped. But then if you kind of waited after that, maybe you were SOL on that. Because I do know a lot of people are still wanting her. I think she's very gorgeous. One of the best designed Skullector dolls I've seen, even though I just did the Skeletor doll, which I'm absolutely love with. I would obviously say it's my favorite. She's definitely like top 3 for me. Because I really, really, really love that. Her eyes, and just the fact that she's spooky, and, she has a history, Ireland history, and banshees, and all that stuff. I really like that. Now, I don't have any of the original dolls. I know that they're kind of rare in the Monster High world to find. I don't know, just not easy to find to get an original one. And I don't know what series she would have come out in. Well, I want to call them in the G1 style when they first came out. So I don't have anything to compare her to, so this would be my first one. But yeah, let me know if you have any of the original G1s. Yeah, if you have this doll, if you're able to get this doll, if you like this doll, if you like the design of this doll, what you think about this dramatic veil, and what you think about her shoes there. I really like them because it's kind of like she's walking on fog, like I said. But yeah, other than that, let me know if you have any questions down below, and I always answer them. And please, if this video can help someone else, please share it, because I do like to get the word out, especially I know a lot of people unbox, and some people want to unbox, and then if you're thinking about it, you may need, to look out, give somebody else a look out. But yeah, other than that, like, subscribe, help me out. My little channel is growing. It's taking forever. I'm not like the hardcore YouTuber that I probably should be, but yeah, it's just a good hobby. I just love opening up toys and showing toys and dolls and all that good stuff. Like, it's a hobby, right? But anyway, let me quick jibber jabbing, and I'll see you guys down in the comments. So yeah, don't be shy. Leave me a comment, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.